What a week. Exploding markets, exploding gas prices, and the sadness of another senseless shooting. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, May the 29th. And, well, I think the first thing we have to talk about is this senseless shooting and the rhetoric that is coming out of it once again about guns. But first of all, our hearts and thoughts and condolences goes out to those who lost there. This is sad for the entire country. Okay, the worry of sending your children to school is a problem for your entire country. And we can't continue to have this done. And of course, unfortunately, a lot of this narrative is being administered by the administration. They are creating this hatred. You know, we can talk about racism all we want. We can talk about hatred all we want. But there has been no more than there is today in what we have here that is being created. So our prayers and thoughts go out to those who lost loved ones and who knew them, and for all of us, because we are one country, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And this is not justice. This is not liberty. This is just ridiculous and sad and criminal. Okay, and it also is Memorial Day weekend, which again, you know, we don't as a country thank our soldiers, our veterans, our active duty, and remember those that lost their lives so that you could live the life you live. Okay, so we could have these debates openly because of those soldiers that lost. And, you know, you should think about it every day. But please, this weekend, take a moment. If you see some military personnel, thank them, salute them, give them the best. Again, I don't care what you think overall. Our public servants are what actually make the country go and give us the freedom to do the things that we are able to do and the life you are leading, right? So please remember how important they are. No matter what your personal views are, they were the ones who gave their lives to be able to give you those personal views that you had. Okay. And of course, the markets, which we'll talk more about in our market report, but the markets exploded higher as well. It was a strange week, but not unpredictable as the quiet trade was existent. But, you know, I think there's a lot of things that need to be discussed. And one is, you know, China and their undermining global order while enriching themselves. You know, we're in a very precarious time in the world, in the United States. And as we've all heard, or if you've never heard of, that China has a 100-year plan to take over the country, the world. And they've accelerated their reasoning and why they're going and how they're going to do it. And of course, if we date this back to COVID when it started, and again, I said then and I say now that China sent over COVID as a part of chemical warfare. And of course, they're making themselves rich now, or richer. And of course, the Shanghai shutdown was just another shot at America, because I don't believe it had anything to do with COVID. I think that's a total bunch of bullshit. And I think that this is, again, more politics than it is actual disease. Now, again, I could be wrong. I'm not an expert, but I certainly have an opinion, and that is my opinion. You know, China wants to control the world. They want us all to be under the communistic system or Marxism. And of course, this administration is doing everything they can to give it to us. Okay. You know, they are destructing you unit by unit, dollar by dollar, tax by tax. And if you think that's not happening, well, you better take your head out of the sand, because if you're not seeing what's going on here, then you got problems, because there's a lot of bad things happening. And I'm not talking about just locally. I'm not talking about just with violence and nothing. I'm talking about they are dismantling the country that we fought for 250 years ago. Okay, to be exactly 46 years ago. Okay. But, listen, we have a GDP that was revised lower. Okay. Our gross domestic product is lower. Our debt to GDP has never been this high. Okay. Which is a problem. Okay. Again, this is a problem for every one of us. It doesn't matter who you are. It is a problem for everybody. This is the world order. This is the country that you love, I hope. Okay. Because I love America. I wouldn't think of being anywhere else. Okay. As much as I can find fault, and I can find plenty of fault here, there is no better system. But of course, unfortunately, they are stripping of our system and a fall in GDP. Okay. I mean, the Federal Reserve, which is a lying piece of crap organization, okay, that says that the inflation was skewed to the upside. They're so far off on inflation that when they tell you it's 8.5%, it's probably 25%. Now, you have to be blind, okay, or not paying attention or don't care about money when you go to the grocery store or when you go anywhere and you pay the prices that you're paying today. You go to the gas station, $7 for gas, $6 for gas. Really? That's what we're paying? This is not the way it should be, especially when we have the best oil or the most oil in the world that we just wanted to get it. Okay. So, and then you've got the genius in the White House. Now, of course, we know it's not him because he don't have any mind left, but his teleprompter writer is praising the high gas prices. Now, how many of you out there are praising these high gas prices? I wouldn't think it would be too many, especially if you're at a lower income level that has to drive. Think about the percentage of your paycheck that is getting taken away with every trip you go in the car. If you have to go to drive to work, you're now paying, instead of filling up your tank for $50, it's costing you $100, $120. And to praise high gas prices is about the dumbest thing you could ever hear somebody say. It is not a transition period into something better. It is a transition period into disaster. It is a transition into the toilet, okay, which is where this administration is trying to take us, is into the toilet, so that China can take us over, or Russia, okay, and we can give all of our power to everybody, and we can become a zombie, mindless, spineless society. Okay. And, I mean, when you have Biden's education secretary said it's okay to let males compete with females, okay, if they're trans or if their gender changes. Okay, let's be clear about one thing. Okay, I don't care what you do on your own. If you want to be a male or a female, you want to be a rat, you want to be a mouse, whatever you want to be, I don't care what you want to do. Okay, I have no problem with whatever you do is fine with me. But when it comes to competitive athletics, which is about money, okay, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about either if you're at the younger ages, from scholarships to professional to money, when you let a biological male compete against a female, the biological male immediately has the edge or the advantage because we are filled with testosterone and with steroids, which are illegal in every sport in the world. Okay, you get suspended for steroids, and having a male compete against a female is like giving them steroids. And if you have any young boys in your home or have boys that have grown up that you've raised, you've seen it through competitive athletics and boys against boys. When certain boys go through puberty earlier, they become much faster and stronger than the rest until they all catch up. And that is something that is really a dumb thing to say and stupid from any point there's not one point you could look at. And this gender deal, I don't know, it's kind of laughable to begin with. But again, I don't care what you do with yourself. And I guess the real question is, will the midterms be Biden's last hurrah? Well, I don't think there's any chance and I'm not. And remember, I am not a Republican. I don't want any party to have all three branches of government. Okay, that I will tell you. I don't care which party it is. Okay, but this should be a wipeout. Okay, because obviously you look at the president's approval rating, but just look at what he's done. Forget about his approval rating. He has done nothing to benefit the average American. He has penalized and destructed and destroyed the average American. You're getting so much less money than you had before that they are stripping you of everything that you have and destroying small business. Okay. And, again, I love these genius economists who continue to tell us that we may be going into a recession. We're in a recession now. If you didn't notice, we're in a recession now, and it's only going to get worse. Remember, a recession doesn't start at the top; it starts with the bottom. It starts with people that don't have it to begin with, and they feel it first. But you've already got major delinquencies around the housing development. You get falling housing prices now. You've got falling everything, and of course, we can't get enough people to work. We have a very big problem here, and we're in a recession, and I would say possibly headed towards depression. Okay, and I'm depressed thinking about it. But I mean, look, I am not a doom and gloomer. Okay, I'm a positive person. But when I see what's going on, this is going to cause some major havoc. And of course, you've got Memorial Day weekend, the start of driving season. Okay, and everybody was all excited. Well, not everybody. The administration was all excited that Saudi Arabia was going to pump more gas for us. Really? Well, they were pumping more gas because we were driving more. Okay, because we're using more. And of course, as we go into the Memorial Day weekend, we are at record high prices for gasoline. Okay, record high prices that's the last thing you want at a record high. Okay, unless you're the driller. Okay, this is so ridiculous. How could a president say that he's happy with higher prices because it means good? It doesn't mean good. It means trouble. Okay. And, the World Health Organization, the International Monetary Fund, okay, those are two of the worst organizations in the world. Okay. And yet you want to give them the power to control the pandemics. You remember, we're talking about political organizations, not talking about what is right for Americans or anybody in the world. Okay. These people are stupid. They don't care. And they're going to make decisions based on financial for themselves. All right. This is like the Federal Reserve. This is like your local congressman. Okay. They don't give a shit about you. Okay. Or about what you're doing. They care about how much money they can steal for themselves. They care about what they can put in their pocket. Do you think that there are career politicians because they make so much money by salary? They get so much money because they make so many bad deals. Just look at the history of Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son, and how much money he got paid through Joe Biden. Okay, look, again, that's not me speaking. That's not supposition. That's fact. Okay, that's in writing and fact. Okay. And, you're seeing that if you let the WHO take over, you're just throwing in the towel for everything. It is over. Okay. And, Russia is now willing to accept cryptocurrencies for payment. Well, it's a big step if you're in the crypto world. Now, I know the cryptos have been under a lot of pressure. And listen, they're not going straight up. They're going to get hammered. They're going to run. They're going to go in different directions. Okay. At the end of the day, I believe they are real. And they are spectacular, if you remember Seinfeld. But I believe that they're going to be a real currency, and they're going to be a real investing vehicle that we're going to be able to use. I do own a small bit. I miss the early years, unfortunately, but that's another story for another day. But I am a believer, and I am willing to commit X amount of dollars to that crypto space because I do think it's got a good shot. Okay, just don't get caught up in the criminal ones or the Ponzi schemes, because of course we see many Ponzi schemes in this country every day. Okay. And anytime there's money involved, you can always assume there's a criminal involved somewhere as well, as in Bernie Madoff, as in many. There's always a scam or a scheme when there's lots of money being made. And not everybody, but that's why you have to do your own due diligence to find it out. But overall, again, we've got big problems, and hopefully we can solve some of them coming into when we get to the midterms. And they're not that far away all of a sudden, but we have to really, figure out how to quit destroying the small businesses of this country, because this administration is doing their best. And now that they call the squad that says Israel is a catastrophe, Israel as a state was a catastrophe and should never been designated as a state, it just tells you how much they hate not only the Israelis, but how much they hate America. And of course, with this being Memorial Day weekend, we have to, again, salute and thank those who served, who've given their lives for this country. Your families, we thank you. We know it's obviously a big sacrifice, and we know how important our military is for our survival and for our freedom. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Top Bubba Horowitz. We're going to step out here for a break. We'll be right back with our market report just after the break. Bubba's Bottom Line. Well, kids, what's up? I hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. It's, obviously it's a time of barbecues and travel and friends and family and doing your thing, and I hope you're having a good time. Obviously, it's a tougher year, especially financially for many, but hopefully you're enjoying it. And of course, just want to remind you of our sponsors. And of course, we have a couple of brokerage partners in Capital Trading Group. Now, remember, I do have many brokers, so these are not my only ones, but these are the ones that I've vetted to be the best for my members, because that's who I care about. I care about my members. I want my members to be successful. Okay, and Capital Trading Group, look, they're the best in the industry with futures and commodities, okay, which is why they're the only ones I could authorize for letter of direction trading. I want you to understand that they do everything, and they have the best customer service, which in this industry, you need to have customer service, because you don't want to be on hold when you have a problem. You need an answer. Okay. That's Capital Trading Group. They have great products. They handle 90% of my money. Okay. And they do a phenomenal job for all of our members. So, and they have now the Day Trader's Dream, which is a partnership with me and them. In the meantime, check them out. Capital Trading Group. It's actually info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And of course, our other brokerage partner, you want to talk about spectacular. Okay, $10 a month brokerage fees. That's Tradier Brokerage. Now, think about this. Okay, you pay a lot of money to do your trades over a year. You're going to pay $120 a year, $10 a month to be with Tradier. Okay, now you tell me if you can beat that anywhere, and you cannot. Okay, and they've got terrific customer service. They answer the phone as well. You don't get stuck in voicemail jail there either. Okay, we have the ability to automate our equity portfolios at no charge to you. Okay, and we have our hedging automated, which is a licensing fee, because hedging is a class and not a your membership. But again, either way, you can auto trade and have it done at auto execution. And now they're going to have cryptos at Tradier as well. Check them out. info.tradier.com/Bubba. That's info.tradier.com/Bubba. And I apologize. That's trytradier.com/Bubba. But the mistakes I make, which I make many, you can see them across the bottom, and the right links are scrolling either on the side or the bottom. And of course, our high school program, you can help us out if you'd like. It's a program that I have supported myself for years, and I've had some help from Patreon. Again, I thank all of you who have helped me, but it's a big nut to crack. But in the meantime, it's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. Now let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line. And of course, this is Sunday, May the 29th, and we'll get back to it right now. Welcome back. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, May the 29th. And of course, what a week for the markets. What a painful week for me. What a painful week for my members. It was a bad week. Okay. And again, it was a bad week because we're short and the market went straight up. Okay. Now, again, the interesting action, there's a couple of old adages. You never sell a dull market, which is exactly what we had. And we thought that the markets would be dull. I just didn't think they could run this far. We expected a rally. In fact, last week we said there would be a rally at some point this week, but I didn't think it would be an all-week rally. And again, very slow, which is very painful and very torturous to us, because again, the care is then you trigger some reversals, which is also what has happened. And of course, I still stand by that we're going down 40 to 60%, but it looks like we're getting a little bump in the road, which is always part of trading. Our bumps in the road and how you handle them. Okay. In the meantime, the four major indexes, the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell, all had a big up week, and basically we're up every day. Okay. And every day, but it was on zero volume, which is a concern. And it was just a kind of a drift. And as the VIX had fallen apart as well. In the meantime, we are going to reverse to either tonight, tomorrow morning, Globex will be open, or tomorrow night or Tuesday. That'll be up to you. Now, CTG people will be reversing on Tuesday morning. Okay. But you have your choice if you remember. And of course, we're going to be reversing the S&P, the Dow, and the Russell to long. We will remain short the NASDAQ, at least for another day. But in the meantime, so that's going to be the story. And of course, the dollar, which we are short, got hammered last week. Okay, which again is expected. I mean, we thought it'd go higher, and I think it's still going higher. Again, 1 week or 2 weeks doesn't tell the story. Bitcoin remains lethargic and headed kind of lower. It's now once again at a pretty key support level around 28,000. We're still short. We've been shorted forever. Okay, but I do like it from an investment standpoint. Bonds and notes were higher and we're long. We got long this week. Okay. Now again, I hate that position as well. And I'll always say what I think, but I am long bonds and notes. Okay. Because again, I'm not going to fight what the trend is. Remember, if you fight the trend, you lose. Okay. You're fighting a battle that you're probably not going to win. So it's easier to go with the flow. And then when it reverses, it reverses later. Okay. Now, during a day trading session, we day trade live every every morning for an hour. I could be long or short. I don't care. Okay. But bonds and notes are higher and we're long. Gold and silver had an up week. And we're still short. Again, they didn't do any damage. In fact, they showed weakness trying to break out of the key levels. 1860 in gold and 22 and change in silver. So again, until those things are violated, we're not going to reverse, and we have a greater probability of going lower. Platinum was pretty flat. Platinum is so disgusting, and it's my favorite to buy because it's like buying it on sale, but it's like they torture you at every step. But it was basically pretty flat for the week. You had natural gas and crude oil. Look, thank you, Joe Biden, for screwing us. We love it. We love it taking it up the ass because you will not allow the drilling and the shale producing and the fracking. Okay, so we continue to pay ridiculous rates. And of course, the commodities continue to go to Pluto. Okay, natural gas in May is not supposed to be at $9. Okay, but it is. And we're coming now into hurricane season, which means it's got a great chance to see 11 or 12 or $13. We're still long. Crude oil is going to the moon. Okay, look, I think we're making new highs. We've said that all along. And I think that crude at 115 is just the beginning. I think it's going higher. Now, there'll be pullbacks, but it's going higher. Okay, and I think 150 and then 200. Okay. And of course, copper was up a little last week. We're still short. And obviously, we're long crude and natural gas. As you look at the grains, if you looked at the opening and closing from week to week, they were basically open and closed the same week, same price. They look different, but we're very bullish at the grains. Now, we're still short corn. However, I'm very bullish it anyways. I'll be short for the moment, but there's going to be a food shortage. So that tells me that grain prices got to go higher. The input costs to produce those things are going higher. And then we look at the meat markets, or the protein complexes is known, and cattle is basically trading against crude oil. Now you look at it from a budgetary standpoint. Now we're short cattle, we're short fats, we're short feeders, we're long hogs. But if we look at this from a pure budget view, and why it works that way is that people only have X amount of dollars to spend. So they're going to spend it where they can. Okay. And they have to make sacrifices, or, if they like steak, they're going to have to use hogs. If the hogs become too expensive, they'll have to go to poultry. And if that becomes too expensive, they'll have to find another way to get their protein. It's a simple economics. Okay. It's not that difficult. So in the meantime, we've got the softs, cotton, which we've now reversed to short. Okay. Again, I still like cotton. It's going a lot higher, but I can't fight what the model says. Sugar, we're long, and it was a little bit lower for the week, but we're still long. Coffee exploded higher. We're long. Cocoa was lower, and we are short. And OJ, we reversed back to long, and it was up on the week. And, again, look, commodities are going to fly, and commodities are going to be dependent not only on the supply-demand curve and the shortages we're going to see next year, but also when equities start to sell off again, that money's going to flow into the commodity space. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Bottom Line, Todd Bubba Horwitz, and we're going to step out of here for a break, and we'll be right back with my commentary after the break. Todd Bubba Horwitz will be right back. Well, kids, I'm not going to read off all the sponsors and stuff, but look on the sides and on the bottom. Capital Trading Group, Trade Your Brokerage, our high school program. And, of course, remember to thank a veteran whose family might have served as well. People have served who have lost their lives in these wars to build our freedom. They need to be remembered always, but certainly we have Memorial Day weekend to do so as well. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line and meet Todd Bubba Horwitz with my commentary. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, May the 29th. And of course, every week I give you a little bit of commentary. And, I'll tell you, okay, I first do want to, I'd like to give commentary on our military and how great they are because, again, our public servants in this country work for nothing. You may think that they make no money and put their lives on the line every single day. But unfortunately, I have to talk about the squad and their hatred for America, their hatred for the Jews. It's, again, you may hate Jews. Listen, I don't know who hates them, who doesn't hate them. I don't know why anybody should be hated. I don't know why your religion, your heritage, your color, your skin should create hatred for anybody. But look, that's what people do. I can't control that. Okay, I was not brought up that way. Okay, and I lived through integration. Okay, and I'm also a Jew. Okay, so if you hate Jews, you hate me. And for all those of you who send me that wonderful hate mail, that's for you. Okay. In the meantime, the squad is ridiculous, and how we can continue to vote these idiots in. They hate America. Don't you see the fact that they don't love this country? They hate this country, and their whole business is about destruction of the United States of America. Okay. Can't you see what they're doing and where they have power? They are trying to destroy us. Most of the progressive agenda is from the squad. Okay. Do you want that? Is that what you're looking for? Do you want to live in a communist or a Marxist world? Then keep voting for the squad because those people want to destroy this country from the inside out. Okay. And they've got George Soros and others on board. And I got to tell news for you. This stuff is treasonary. It is criminal, and it's got to be stopped. And right now, the only way to stop it is to get off your lazy ass and go to the polls when it's time to vote. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horwitz, Sunday. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. I love you and thank you for the veterans and those who have families who we've lost in wars and in conflicts. God bless. We'll see you all on Tuesday with Bubba's Day Update. Until then, and of course, next Sunday with Bubba's Bottom Line. Have a great weekend all. We appreciate you, and we'll take care.